Hello, my name is Mike Green, and I'd like to thank you for joining today's lecture on hybrid cloud storage. Let me give you a brief overview of myself. I'm a technical solution specialist with Microsoft. I have been for the past year. Before that, I was a data center specialist with IBM, and I was in that position for approximately 18 years. If you have any questions about the presentation, feel free to put them in the instant messaging on the left-hand side of the meeting chart, or you can wait until the very end of the lecture and I will address them via the phone. Thank you very much, and we're going to go ahead and get started. So this is a very brief and high-level overview. Probably it may be too high for some of the technical people on the call, but if you like, you can go ahead and schedule a one-on-one with me after the fact, and we can dive deep into any of the solutions that are discussed. So the goal is really to optimize your data center infrastructure, and we do that by leveraging the innovation and of the enterprise experience built into Microsoft's cloud platform. In order to take on the challenges of big data, mobility, and shrinking budgets, we need a resilient and reliable infrastructure that can expand or contract as demand shifts. Using the capabilities of Windows Server, Microsoft System, and Microsoft Azure, you can respond rapidly to changing business requirements. By delivering innovation in the data center, Microsoft allows you to change your approach to infrastructure by 1. Reducing cost and complexity, bringing software-defined compute, networking, and storage to your data center. You can reduce both complexity and cost. This is done by taking advantage of enterprise-grade virtualization, which increases resilience and agility. By rethinking storage, you can reduce cost and increase flexibility. And of course, there's software-defined networking, which simplifies multi-tenancy and connectivity across the cloud. 2. By providing rapid response to the business. Management and automation are key to improving data center operations by provisioning infrastructure and applications faster with automated processes and end-to-end management. Managing and monitoring IT to fix problems before they become critical. And taking advantage of new service delivery options to speed response time. And finally, 3. Extending cloud options on demand. You can increase agility with access to the cloud resources on demand. With data center innovation and new hybrid options, the Microsoft Cloud Platform gives you the right infrastructure for today's big challenges by scaling up, scaling down, while keeping your costs low. Using new hybrid options to address ongoing issues and meet specific business needs. Simplifying hybrid management and having consistency across the cloud with OMS, or Operations Management Suite. The cloud revolution, or momentum to the cloud, continues. With more and more cloud services being consumed every day, it is imperative that clients embrace this technology and expand their businesses to the cloud. A study by Forrester Group projects that by 2020, 45% of total IT services will be spent on cloud services. While the benefits of cloud are apparent to the business and IT decision makers, many are not completely comfortable with migrating all their data and processes to the cloud. This is especially true in regions where data sovereignty and security are major factors in the decision to move to the cloud. This slide shows some other statistics and clients who have embraced the cloud. So I'll just give you a second to go ahead and finish reading that. There are many limitations and challenges of maintaining a traditional on-site data center. With the explosion of data, both structured and unstructured, businesses are finding it extremely difficult to keep pace with this rapid growth. Infrastructure is not built to expand based on massive data growth. Organizations therefore find themselves having to continuously purchase new hardware and storage to meet the needs of their ever-growing businesses. Not only does a growing storage infrastructure put pressure on the enterprise from a monetary perspective, it also contains maintenance repercussions as well. As new servers are purchased, configured, brought online, and maintained throughout their life cycle, there are hundreds of man-hours that become losses on the balance sheet as overhead. As infrastructure environments grow, the difficulty of maintaining them based on required services levels increases as well. Business requirements such as backup and recovery become enormously costly once you begin to factor in the volumes of data that must be stored and archived. All of these challenges result in a needlessly overburdened IT staff that spends more time maintaining an aged infrastructure versus focusing on a strategic IT initiatives that are needed to drive the business forward. With Azure, Microsoft's scalable and powerful cloud platform, you can solve the traditional challenges of maintaining your storage infrastructure on-site, allowing you to focus on the organization's core competencies. With Microsoft Azure, you never have to buy hardware. You will have limitless capacity and global scale at your fingertips. Azure simplifies the management of your infrastructure with open support for your mission-critical workloads. All your storage needs can be easily maintained from a single user-friendly console. Azure makes it easy to provision and configure new virtual resources without ever having to stand up a physical server again. Azure also enables organizations to take advantage of the economics of the cloud. Storage resources can be purchased and utilized at a fraction of the cost of traditional methods, and also allows the enterprise to shift from a CapEx to an OpEx model for greater flexibility. You only pay for what you need when you need it. This can be extremely advantageous when we think about scenarios like disaster recovery and backup. So without having to worry about maintaining an on-site data storage facilities, IT can now focus on the strategic requirements of the business, not in just simply keeping the lights on. Azure Storage empowers a number of business scenarios, including backup and disaster recovery, hybrid cloud storage, premium storage, managed cloud file share, modern cloud applications, and big data and analytics. We will briefly talk about each of these in the following slides. Excuse me. The importance of backup and disaster recovery is well documented, but most businesses only have around 25 to 30% of their mission-critical workloads protected. This is often due to the expenses associated with running a secondary site and purchasing hardware to protect those workloads. With Microsoft, you have access to robust backup and recovery solutions that ensure your applications and data are safe if a virtual machine or entire data center goes down. We cannot have a business continuity conversation without discussing the importance of storage running on the background. Azure Storage's cost, effectiveness, and scalability and flexibility make it possible to protect your enterprise workloads and enable you to take advantage of all the benefits Microsoft's business continuity services provide. You protect vital data with automated backup to Azure Storage. You ensure business continuity with automatic recovery of critical applications. Use consistent tools for backup and recovery to local disk or Azure Storage. And you ensure application consistent backup so your data is not corrupted. Hybrid cloud storage with StorSimple gives clients a tiered, limitless storage solution spanning on-premises and cloud. StorSimple is an advanced hardware appliance with native hybrid connectivity. StorSimple takes a unique approach to storage by moving cold or less often used data to economical Azure storage. keeping hot or active data on premises. Organizations can achieve greater cost efficiencies and avoid some of the latency issue associated with cloud storage, thus the tiered approach. Some StorSimple advantages that are listed on the chart: connects Windows, Linux, VM servers to Azure storage in minutes. No application modifications required. Provides inline deduplication, compression, and automatic tiering. It provides automated offsite data protection using cloud snapshots. It's a highly efficient, location-independent disaster recovery solution. It provides enterprise-level, SAN-level storage performance. And just announced in December of 2015, it provides virtual appliances that mimics the physical appliance functionality. It can be set up either in the cloud or on a local host. Here is a customer reference for both backup recovery and hybrid cloud with StorSimple applications. British fashion designer Paul Smith sought a vendor that offered interoperability, foundational technologies with the right combinations of innovation and value. Paul used Windows Server, Hyper-V, and Microsoft System Center hybrid cloud and data center technologies to virtualize more than 80% of its servers, improving data center density by 200% and saving more than $1.4 million in IT costs in 1 year. Paul Smith also reduced recovery time from 48 hours to 5 minutes with its mission-critical applications using Azure Site Recovery. Paul Smith is using StorSimple, a cloud-integrated storage solution from Microsoft that works with Windows environments to create a hybrid cloud storage solution that uses the Microsoft Azure environment. Paul Smith generates a lot of design data in its London office and is using StorSimple to protect and copy that data to Microsoft Azure storage. The company is also using StorSimple to manage the amount of data that resides in its data centers. A quote from Proud, the IT manager. Prior to StorSimple, Paul Smith simply added more and more storage to accommodate growing growth. Now they are using StorSimple to create policies that archive data to Azure storage if it hasn't been accessed in 12 months. Azure Premium Storage delivers high-performance, low-latency disk support for I/O-intensive workloads running on Azure virtual machines. You can attach several premium storage disks to a virtual machine. With premium storage, your applications can have up to 64 terabytes of data per virtual machine and achieve more than 80,000 input-output operations per second, as well as 2,000 megabits per second disk throughput per virtual machine. It has extremely low latencies for read operations. Premium storage is available only for storing data on disk using Azure virtual machines, so therefore it would not be beneficial to any applications that were running on-premise. The reason for that is because you have to take advantage or there would be latency between the cloud and the on-premise applications, and therefore it wouldn't be beneficial. Organizations can run high-performance enterprise workloads such as SQL Server, SharePoint, OLTP on Azure using premium storage. Premium storage on Azure is more economical than competitive offers. As an example, for about $125 a month US, premium storage cost customers get 1 terabyte of disk size, 5,000 IOPS, and 200 megabits per second throughput, which is about 30% higher IOPS than what a customer would get for the same price from a competitor. Here's an example for premium storage. Serco is an online company. Serco is an online travel company, and they've upgraded their cloud storage to see the benefits of having premium storage. Booking on flights online is incredibly easy. In just a few clicks, you have your ticket. But behind the scenes, databases perform thousands of transactions, searching through hundreds of available flights in milliseconds. If the process takes too long, another travel site is only a click away, as they say. To provide the best travel booking experience for its customers, Serco upgraded its Microsoft Azure hosted Serco Online software to Microsoft Azure Premium Storage. With this updated solution, Serco increased database transaction processing by 300%, which helped it accommodate planned business growth. The company also estimates that it will trim database costs by about $120,000 US annually by using fewer hard drives to achieve the input-output reads and writes. Excuse me for a moment. So Philip Ball, the Chief Technology Officer, is quoted with Azure Premium Storage, we envisage that our current virtual machines can scale to handle more than 500 million SQL Server transactions weekly, more than doubling what we're doing today. This will reduce our overall costs, which is key to our scale globally. Managed Cloud File Share. Azure File Storage is a service that offers file shares in the cloud using standard server message block protocols, or SMB. With Azure File Storage, you can migrate legacy applications that rely on file shares to Azure quickly and without costly rewrites. Applications running in Azure virtual machines, cloud services, or from on-premise clients can mount a file share in the cloud. Any number of these application components can then mount and access the file storage share simultaneously. You can take advantage of economical cloud storage to stand up and migrate file shares to Azure. As per the chart, you can manage file servers and shares with no hardware required, manage file share-based applications to the cloud with no code changes, mount a file share from on-premises or the cloud. It's highly available, geo-replicated across regions. And as I mentioned earlier, it's built on industry standard SMB protocols. Modern cloud applications. Because Azure is the best option for cloud applications, you can build modern applications with hyperscale and need only use Azure Storage for this. Azure allows you to create modern apps that are personal, contextual, always connected, and always accessible via all forms of all devices, and is continuously evolving. Azure provides a platform that can store the large amounts of data these applications create and can then be stored at scale in the cloud. In today's world, enterprises are gathering massive amounts of data on their businesses and their customers. To make critical business decisions, enterprises need to look at their historical, real-time, structured, and unstructured data to predict what could occur in the future. Enterprises may also want to build these data categories into intelligent software-as-a-service applications. To achieve this, an organization must ingest a large amount of data, process it, and then provide analysis in a usable format, whether that be dashboards, spreadsheets, or some other form. These require storage management with limitless scale. Azure Storage helps you address big data and analytic needs by providing the massive amounts of data produced can only be shared in the cloud that has scale and not on-premise data centers. Azure Storage is best placed as it is integrated with other Microsoft products such as HD Insight, Stream Analytics, Data Lake, and other third-party vendors such as Hortonworks, Cloudera, and others. Azure Storage gives you tremendous advantages over storage in a traditional data center. You can increase productivity, shorten time to market, reduce costs related to server infrastructure, manage outdated storage servers, increase storage scalability, and enable IT agility that opens the door for faster innovation and improved overall economics. Just let you finish reading the chart. This is the last chart of the presentation, so I don't see any questions in the sidebar, but I will go ahead and open it up for questions after this final page. Basically, Microsoft does not want you to throw away any investments that you have already made in your storage infrastructure. So we've worked with the following partners, or these partners, to make a more seamless integration into Microsoft Azure. Now, additional case studies can be found at azure.microsoft.com/case-studies, and those would be case studies for any of the previous business scenarios that I discussed. This concludes my presentation, and I thank you for listening. I will now open it up for questions.